30 days without sugar. Impossible? Never. Difficult? Yes. This isn't just a diet change, this is a life change, and it all started by saying no to sugar for the first time in 32 years. In this video, I'm going to show you the 8 main benefits I experienced and how it not only transformed my mind, but also transformed my body. If you've started this journey and have got any benefits, or you just want to share some advice, drop a comment below. A study in the scientific report has said that sugar is as addictive as cocaine. How crazy is that? It's because it releases dopamine in a similar way, and dopamine is responsible for the pleasure in our brain. Now, society's swamped with ads of sugar everywhere. It's part of a balanced breakfast. It brings families together. It's the substance of happiness. This is all rubbish, and it neglects the fact that sugar's super addictive and super bad for the body and mind. Now, I was in a bad way. I was overweight, I was unhappy, and I was eating shit all of the time, from desserts to biscuits to cakes to sauce, lots of sauce. Now, being in good physical and mental health is important to me because I run a company called the Sole Supplier. So I've got a big reason to be on my game when it comes to my mental and physical performance. Now, I've tried loads of ways to optimize my health over the years, from training regimes to supplements to meditation to cutting out alcohol. But this has had one of the most profound effects that I've ever experienced. So the mission was to set out and eat whole unprocessed foods and no added sugars. Some natural sugars were still included from fruits and a very small bit of dairy. This meant being super strict, and it was really quite limiting at times. I would consume no more than 50 grams of sugar per day, which is so small when you analyse it. The FDA recommends no more than 90 grams a day, but most of us, when we're eating sugar, consume way more than 160 to 200 grams a day. An average bottle of Coke's got around 55 grams of sugar in. It's everywhere. To give you an idea of what I was eating in a day, you can use the link in the description or here, which takes you through all of the meals and how much they add up to calorie-wise and sugar and carb-wise. Here's the benefits. Number 1, my energy levels skyrocketed. I'm able to train much harder than ever and have minimal energy slumps during the day. Before, I'd feel super tired at points during the day. Sometimes I'd even need to take a 10-minute nap to recoup. Number 2, I've improved my sleep. When I was smashing a load of sugar, I'd tend to wake up a lot more in the night, and I'd tend to not be able to get to sleep as well. Now, my sleep efficiency has improved, and you can see this in my Whoop data. Most importantly, there are loads of studies to back this up, that when you cut out sugar, your sleep improves, and that's probably why I've got much more energy as well. Number 3, I lost a generous 3 kg. This was a big one I'm really happy about. Within 10 days, the water weight had gone. My body started to feel leaner, it started to feel tighter. You know what it's like when you smashed a load of sugar, a load of biscuits and ice cream, and you sit there and you feel like a marshmallow. Even when you wake up the next day, no good. Leaner and tighter. And number 4, probably as a result of that weight loss, I managed to secure myself a 6-pack. Something that I haven't seen in many, many years, and I would imagine was being hidden by the layers of fat and water weight that I was getting from the sugar. It's almost impossible to have a 6-pack if you bang on the sugar every day. Number 5, my favourite one, nearly all brain fog has gone. Being productive and getting satisfaction from my work is very important to me. Now, I was diagnosed with ADHD at 6. That's good for my ADHD, bro. Yeah. But I no longer have it anymore due to the way I live my life, which is a whole separate video in itself. But cutting out sugar means I can flow through tasks for hours and for longer. I would almost go as far to say as it feels like my productivity is increased by 2x at least. The most interesting thing though is when I have lower energy from heavy training, before that would completely mess me up mentally. But now I can still work effectively mentally even when my body is physically tired. Number 6, my skin health has improved considerably. You know those moments where you go and see somebody, your friend, family, and they say, "You look well." I've had many of those moments over the last 30 days. They're golden moments. They give you a little boost. They cleared up my skin. I had breakouts before. Overall, it makes your skin feel and look tighter. You don't look as tired. Number 7, I stopped craving sugar. Everyone talks about this thing being nearly impossible, That's because sugar's everywhere and we're constantly craving it. It's one of the biggest addictions in our society. But as a result of doing it for 14 days, the cravings started to disappear. I saw sugar for what it is, a short-term buzz that creates no long-term benefit. Number 8, this was a wild one. I gained fast and improved immunity. Now I picked up a fever or flu, and usually these symptoms would last for at least 3 to 4 days, but the symptoms were gone within 24 hours and I was back to training within 48 hours. This is the fastest that I've ever cleared any disease ever. Most importantly though, I'm much happier as a result of all of these things. Life is better. I'm able to speak with more clarity. I'm able to produce better work. I'm able to listen and get on in life with more energy. Now, if you're starting on this journey, here's some things that help me that you can try and implement. Get rid of all sugary things from the house, out of sight, out of mind. Drink more water. Make sure you're hydrated. Eat fruits. They taste sweet naturally. They've got lots of good fiber and good stuff in for your body. Make sure you have a diet that's rich in protein and complex carbohydrates. These will keep you satiated and reduce cravings. Practice mindful eating. If it's a real challenge, you might want to track your food in MyFitnessPal or on a pen and paper so you become more aware of what you're eating. And it takes a bit of analysis. You're going to need to start looking at the packets of food. You're going to need to understand what has sugar and what doesn't, because it's hidden everywhere. Get good sleep. It's been proven time and time again that when you get good quality sleep, it reduces your impulses, meaning you're less likely to binge eat, drink alcohol, or do things that are detrimental to your life. If I've missed any, drop a comment below, and if you want any help, please share and I'll try and get back to you. Now, when I told my friends, they thought I was crazy and they thought that I wasn't gonna do it, but I did it. 30 days of no sugar, and I plan to continue it as a way of life, and you can too. This isn't just something that's going to transform your mind and your body, it's going to change your life for the better. Just remember, sugar is one of those things that's satisfying in the short term, but hugely detrimental in the long term. But it stops us reaching our full potential and being the best versions of ourselves. And who really wants to be part of that? If you just started, good luck. There's a new life waiting for you round the corner.